Well, hello, Internet Sheeple. How is it going? Today I'd like to talk to you about a very out there concept. A concept that is, to many people, very bizarre and destructive on human society. But it's a concept that, has a place in culture in the world. So, I mean, it's worth talking about, and that's the Great Replacement Theory. The theory or thought that people are coming to replace other people. Now, I mean, many racial overtones come about from this theory. First developed by author Renaud Camus in 2010, but it's something that goes back even farther than that, back into our full-on history. Now, people seem to think that people of other cultures can't combine easily. And I mean, this in many cases is false. People can certainly combine many cultures and races, but it makes the sense that in human scientific biology, that our certain genes are unique to ourselves. And that's why people identify others as, different color skin, different colored hair, shit like that. But, you gotta really dive into what is behind these far right theories. What's behind them is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of the scary things. Things like, what if secretly people like me were disappearing? I think it goes back to the movie Thing. That's that like who goes there type thing where you don't know what might come about from these scary times. And let's be honest, we're living in very scary times right now. So you gotta wonder, when you look on TV and it's like you're really looking for a white male on TV or in the new Star Wars movies, you're like, your people's minds go to these bizarre places. They go to these conspiracy theories, these thoughts, these opinions. But what we have in democratic societies is we have the ability to analyze this all, and we have the ability to look into it and to realize that all these bad things that come about when people are at odds with each other are all things that are really troublesome to us as a species. Really troublesome. Really fucking troublesome. And these conflicts that occur that are deeply saddening to people of a certain, they want to do good for the world. They want good to come to them. So what they think is that there's there's all these bad thoughts that people have in modern society because they're scared. They're scared about what might come for them. They're scared of what might occur. And that fear is normal. It's part of being human. It's part of being human. So what Great Replacement Theory really does is it allows people to go into a chamber, just like Twitter, a fucking massive well of despair and right-wing craziness, and they're able to echo these thoughts, and these thoughts reverberate. That's what we call an echo chamber. It's because it all reverberates and it all comes back. When one person posts or says something, it goes to another person instantly, just in the snap of a button like that. So these thoughts that you're having are normal. They're perfectly fucking normal. Because there's so much confusion in today's world. There's so much fucking confusion that sometimes you really have to just take a step back. Just to not think about it. Just to go away, just walk away. And think for yourself and what you feel, how you feel, the things you feel, because these things are, massive massive human ideologies. I mean, people have been thinking of this shit for ever. They've been thinking of this shit for fucking ever. And it's never gonna go away. Crazy, like right wing craziness. It's never gonna go away. It seems to be ramping up in today's world. Is what I'm trying to say. So, what does an average person think about all this? About all this craziness and all these bizarre theories? Well, I think the most important thing for people is just don't think about it. Don't let it bother you that there's all these opinions out there, that somehow people are a different way, you know? Think for yourself. Think for your own judgments. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you hear about things like the migrant crisis and what's going on in Europe and other places of the world, and you realize that different cultures have different acceptances of other cultures. In North America, it's very common for people just to accept any culture. We're a mixed culture society, completely mixed culture society. There's no dominant one or the other culture. And that's the thing that unites us in many ways in North America. North America is a place where there is no real nationality. There is no spirit, no heart. And I think as North American men sometimes feel as if they don't really have any strong national feelings. Even people who are devoutly towards either country, Canada or the United States, they never truly feel national pride because it's not really theirs, you know? And sometimes it's tough because what we do is we feel very jealous for people who do have very, very strict country pride. We feel jealous because we see other cultures and other countries that people would lay their lives on the line for the country. They would just simply, absolutely, truly love their country because it's them, it's their identity, it's who they are. And what I see with lots of people in North America is they just don't have that. They don't have any kind of identity. And then there's a mental health crisis going on in this country because people are they lack that identity. They really don't know who they are. And what I'm trying to say is it's okay. It's perfectly okay for you to feel that way. It's something we all feel, you know? And I think that to tell yourself in the mirror today that it's okay to feel a certain way, because we're all trying to just figure it out for ourselves. We're all just trying to learn about this complex issues that we have with our identities as human beings. But I think there's something to be said for the fact that people are certainly crave, you know, family, their identities, pride in that. And I think as we as society can only move forward if we, you know, if we identify that. Is if we identify things like there are, you know, there's the possibility of building a utopian society better than anything else. And if it goes the way it's going now, it's not gonna be that way, you know? It's not gonna fucking be that way. So, I mean, the most important thing about whenever you see these crazed conspiracies or these insane things is you just gotta think to yourself and be like, you know what, we haven't built that utopian society yet. We haven't built the perfect society. We need to find that. We need to find it so that we can, you know, we can have national true pride in ourselves, in everything. And that's ultimately what young men crave. They crave more than anything. Right now, there are young men hurting across North America. Why? Is because they have no fucking identity. They need to find themselves. And there's just so many lost young men nowadays. They're looking for something, they're searching for something. And, you know, they go onto fucking Twitter and they try and find it in the wrong spaces. It's just that's just the truth. That's basically how it is. But I want you to think about that for a second. Think about yourself. Think about society. What's the society you want to live in? What's the society going to look like? You know? But that's not for me to determine anything, you know? People need to learn to siphon out bullshit of today's world and ignore all the badness, because there's so much badness, right? There's so much fucking badness. You just gotta put it off to the side. No, make it your own. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I mean, crazy right-wing, crazy conspiracies out there. I mean, look at Trump. How horrible is that movement? That's just terrible. That's fucking terrible. But that's my thoughts and opinions. You know, we'd like to cover philosophy, deep thinking things on this channel. Deep into philosophy, deep into sometimes troubling subjects. You know, that's what we get into here at Tycho Dragon Show. We identify some very hard to approach subjects, and we approach them with a very logical and scientific basis. You know, that's a good thing to do, is you got to look at these things and do it in the most wholehearted way you can. It's true. So take it easy and remember, find your happiest self.